So this video is all about most important techniques for students preparing for Cbse exams class 10, prepared by Sagnik Anip Sahu. Number 1. Use annotations in your NCERT textbooks. So it means that you need to use annotations in your NCERT textbooks and write down important things, additional questions and problems based on a given topic in the margin and blank spaces in each and every page of your textbooks. Then find out frequently asked topics or recurring things. So you are supposed to find out frequently asked topics or recurring themes from past question papers of CBSE boards, the examinations conducted in your school, etc. But other topics need not be ignored. Uh, Number 3, create own short memorable summaries. Uh, So it means that we need to create our own short memorable summaries of key concepts for quick recall during exams. It is very important to create own short memorable summaries of key concepts for quick recall during exams. This helps in activating the memory and making the process of recalling things more active and reducing the chance of forgetting the things. Active learning. Active learning means taking notes, paraphrasing concepts, and drawing diagrams to solidify in your understanding. Active learning is indeed an essential process in order to solidify your process of understanding, an essential technique in order to solidify your process of understanding. And it generally involves taking notes, paraphrasing concepts, and drawing diagrams. Then number 5, mind maps and flashcards. Mind maps and flashcards actually are quite helpful. These must be used for quick revision of key concepts, formula and key ideas. It is also one essential part of recalling actively. Fourth point says about learning actively. The fifth point says about recalling actively. Then sixth point, chunking technique. Chunking technique means actually chunking a huge concept or a huge content or any huge thing into smaller parts, breaking it down and making the process of learning more simplified. Breaking a complex thing into smaller parts can help you to learn in a more simplified manner. Regular mock tests. Giving regular mock test is important. To the mock test must be given within a time limit. One must appear the mock test within a time limit, and the assessment has to be done. And the self assessment or the mock test need to be assessed either by own or by any teacher, mentor, etc. But the mock test need to be assessed and the performance has to be analyzed. The exam tackling skills has to be learned. The skill of managing times in exams and tackling the examinations. Number 8 is about using online resources effectively. The YouTube videos, the online tutorials, various platforms for online learning, appearing online quizzes in order to activate the process of learning and recalling things. So the online resources need to be utilized effectively. Self-discipline. The concept of self-discipline especially becomes applicable to those who are distracted for some of the other reasons, because it is a major problem in our country, in other countries also around the globe. It is a major problem. So point number 9, that is self discipline, it is especially meant for those who are distracted, because others might be able to manage, but those who are especially distracted, they need to become self discipline. Point number 10 seems to be quite crazy, but it is done by most of the many of the students, and it has helped them a lot. The point number 10, that is, you need to paste the key concepts and formula on the walls of your study room, especially for subjects which involve a lot of formulas like physics, like chemistry, or like mathematics. Then solve MCQs regularly, because MCQs form an important part of examinations nowadays. 20 MCQs are asked in mathematics exam, 20 MCQs are asked in science exam, 20 MCQs are even asked in social science exams in the 80 marks examination, in the final examination of 80 marks. So MCQs need to be solved regularly. More number of MCQs need to be solved in less amount of time, and practical knowledge has to be applied in the MCQs. Some techniques need to be adopted in order to tackle MCQs, like practical knowledge needs to be applied. In many of the MCQs it is observed that the practical, it requires the application of practical knowledge, and don't let the option distract you, especially in subjects like mathematics and physics. Sometimes in bio and chemistry as well, the options generally distract the students. First the students need to solve their answer, or they need to think of their answer, or they need to solve the answer in rough, then they need to look at the options. If the answer they found out using solving did not match with the answer, with the options given in the question, then they need to recheck it again and check where they went wrong. Reread the question and recheck it again. And if it takes bit more time, then they need to proceed and come back to that question at the last. But the options must not distract them. First solving the answer, it is important. And if someone is unable to get the answer in multiple choice questions, then hit and trial method is also a good method. For example, a trigonometric expression is given and it has asked you to simplify and find the value of angle theta. So you are unable to find the value of angle theta or simplify the expression, but from the available options you can put various values in your question and check which values comes correct. In that hit and trial method also sometimes it is helpful. It is helpful to a lot extent in MCQs, because in MCQs you are not supposed to show your process, and MCQs you know that you are having 4 options. You can easily, you need to only try with those 4 options. So hit and trial option is quite helpful, and you need to eliminate impossible options. Eliminating the impossible options or unrelated options, it increases your chances, it increases your probability of getting correct answer. Suppose you are having 4 options, then your chance of getting the correct answer becomes 1 by 4. But when you came to know that 2 impossible options are there, or 2 unrelated options are there, or such answers cannot be possible, you are quite sure that such answers are not the correct answers, so you eliminate 2 options, then you would be left with only 2 options. So it increases your probability from 1/4 to 1 by 2. In that way also MCQs can be solved. So this was about all the 11 techniques, all the 11 points for this session. So if these techniques are followed, then it would be quite helpful for the students preparing for Cbse exams. So this was all about today's session. Thank you.